everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings, the SLOTRO 2 edition. This is Gnomadan here. Say hello to everyone, Gnomadan. Very good. When we last left off, we were a little discombobulated, if you want to know the truth. I don't know what was wrong with me that evening. Or late morning, rather, early morning. But we had just finished up a quest for Atli Spiderbane. We had gone and found his dead dwarf friend over there, and then we had traveled to Sprigley's farm down here, and gone in through the cellar entrance, and had gone, and we ended up killing Ironath and taking her head. Getting a trophy from the Spider Queen down there. So at this point, we've only really got one quest to do here in the prologue, here in Archet. And that is to go and find Nate Whisperwood's body and bury it. So that's what we're going to head out and see if we can do now. Don't think there's any more here in town. I'm working on adjusting the sound balance too. I know lately that's been an issue with some of my videos here in SLOTRO, is that for some reason the sound balance has gotten off. Longest time it was like I had to jack all the sound all the way up for the recording to capture any of it, and now all of a sudden it's blaring out, and seriously, when I take it into my editing program, I have to turn the game sounds all the way down, and it's really weird. But okay, we found one body that is right up here in this field. We found another one, I think, over at the Sprigley farm. So now I'm wanting to say the third body we need to bury. I think it's over towards the bandit camp. We are going to try over in that direction. I'm going to swing by the front of the Folly here and just make sure that there's no dead body lying around in front of it. Nope, don't see one. But I think it's over here near the Brigands Outpost. It's where we should be seeing the next one. I'll travel on along the road here just to be sure it's not like parked along it. See what we can find. And there were other bodies scattered out through here. And we had the one where, back before the fall of Archet, we had to go and find 3 bodies out here in the woods. One of which being the father of the poor dead, now dead, farmhand. What the brigand situation is like up here any longer, whether there's any more encamped, whether it's been killed off or run off, and it's all infested by wolves now. New deed, the ruins of Breland, Blackwold's Roost. Alright, so we're starting off with let's see what those dusk wolves do. Starting off with a travelogue, and we will get right on that. Once an abode of the men of Arnor, these ruins now house an unruly mob of outlaws calling themselves the Blackwolds. And we've got the travelogue done. You'll find it under the ruins of Breland here, 1 of 10. The ruins of old Arnor are scattered all across Breland. They remain a constant reminder of the ancient glories of the North Kingdom and of the evil that destroyed it. So that is the deed, indeed. Alright, let's go ahead and take this guy on. Down he goes. Thinking that these ruins... Okay, there are still a few Blackwolds about. There's one right there with a wolf at his side. I'm going to take a look around the ruins first. Let's cut our names back on and see if we can find it like lying out here along the road, along the pathway somewhere. Tawny brown bear. I don't remember having to go inside for it. I don't remember too much about it at all. But I don't remember having to go inside to find it. Let's see if we can thread the needle in between these two. Should be pretty easy with that one on the right walking off. We got spinners over here now too. Alright, it does seem like it's a little easier to get in when you don't try to come in the front door. Ancient Cairn. Okay, that should be one of the sites of the Dunedain. In Ancient Cairn, you can make out the faded symbols of the old Dunedain kings inscribed upon it in places. Let's go ahead and take that one. Yep, new deed, the history of the Dunedain. Go ahead and pull that one up as well. Got 6 places to find. Explore the history of the Dunedain Rangers of the North. Use the ancient cairn. The cairn is rather unlike many that the men of old built. But you recall a tale of an old battle. In the time after the fall of Arnor and the defeat of Angmar by the host of Gondor, few men remained in the north. Those who remained loyal to the old kings banded together under the first chieftain of the Dunedain and became the forebears of the Rangers who walk these lands today, or so it is rumored. In those days there were still evil men and worse who walked these lands, and there was a battle few men alive today remember. Though the Dunedain were victorious, their numbers dwindled. The cairn you have found is most likely the resting place of the men who died in that battle, built hurriedly and in secret. The poor Dunedain buried up underneath there. We found a good number of them on Narwhene, and now I know where to come to get one of the last ones. I think she's still needing that one. If you remember, there's an old wall in Bree that we found. There's a statue over at the Blackwold camp south of the... It's Old Blood Tusk again. Blackwold... South of the Blackwold, south of the Yellow Tree. There's that Dunedain statue in there. There's like an altar, I think, in the middle of the old swamp, the Midgewater Marshes. So there are a number of them. I know she hasn't gotten this one because I don't think she's ever been into the Archet area. So she will have to come on out this way. We're in areas now where we couldn't have gotten to in the past, because I think you can now pass through that area there and go on off. You couldn't do that, don't believe, in the past. I believe there was an invisible wall there that was just about impossible to get through. There we go. Whoop. I am going to keep searching these fields, looking for that other body. I said I think the second one we had to find was inside there with all the spiders, I do believe. I believe it was kind of over there in the middle of the area. So that's 2 of them. We won't have to find another one in there, so let's keep looking around. See if we can find the 3rd. I'm going to follow the road back, see if it's along the road anywhere. And we will rejoin y'all when I have located it. So I'll see y'all again in just a little bit here. And we'll turn the recording back on. I believe we found him here, and I also wanted to... We'll look at it when we're heading back to Archet. That is a piss poor 3D imposter over there. And the 3D imposter are the things that come in that, you know, if you were off at a distance, these would not be this detailed. They would be, you know, what they call the imposter. That, we'll see it when we get close up there. It is such a low-res texture. I don't know if someone else could come through here sometime and verify that that's a bad one, or if I just got a bad file. There's another one right over yonder. Looks like the same one. Just looks like an ugly low-res texture file there. But it looks like we found Nate. Unfortunate. Ooh, and he doesn't look good either. Nate Whisperwood fell to a blade while valiantly standing against the Blackwold brigands. Bury him. Alright, we've gotten all the dead buried from the time here at all the defenders who fell during the battle against the brigands. And I wanted to come in here. There's guards in here now. I wanted to see what happened to the hunting lodge. Looks like they've made it a guard outpost. Have you seen Richard? No one's seen him since the attack. If you find his body, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden they were everywhere. So yeah, apparently either the hunters have become guards. Foul brigands stole, killed, or burned everything they could get their hand on. Yeah, that's an error there too. If you find his body, if you find him, let us know. We'll have to bug that one as well. Okay, let's head on back to. There's like fishing tubs over there. That's like a lily tub or something. That looks like a lily tub from. Excuse me, over at Tom Bombadil's house. Nope, it's a rowboat. Okay. Let's get on through these reeds and cattails and all. And then we'll take a look at that texture file over here. After a fight like that, maybe living on the farm wasn't so bad. Yeah, you see how ugly and low res that looks. Watch it as we get close to it. And it stays ugly and low res like that until we're right up on it as well. So if someone else could swing by here and see if that's just a bad file on my computer. Do you see how that did? Look at that, the way it faded out like that. That is just nasty. Let me know so I can put in a bug report if that's it, if it's hitting everybody's that way, or if that's just something unique to my installation here. I might need to do well, not a reinstall. Good God, this game is so big now, but it might be a verify files or something like that I can do. Solid as a rock, 11s. Excuse me. Been a long morning so far. I've already gotten a Gnarlo episode up. We're getting Gnomadan done here. And then we are going to try and get Narwhal done by the end of the day. Get the hat trick. Get all 3 of them up and taken care of. Nice to be back in Middle Earth again. I saw there's another big. I read the producer's letter, I suppose it was, where they're talking about all the updates coming, and the Anduin Vale update there's going to be in the future this year, and then the Minas Morgul, which is going to be like an entire purchased expansion. So those are exciting things to look forward to. They're going to be, hopefully next month, experimenting with releasing a beta test of the 64-bit client, which I'm really looking forward to. I love the game. I love I still love the way it looks. I love the game and everything like that. But if you could put a little bit more, it's like I've been playing Minecraft lately with shaders on, and whenever Minecraft looks a little prettier and more realistic than this game does, be nice to have a 64-bit client with some shaders or something in it. Let's talk to Jon.
Greetings.
Good, it is done. Those men died bravely and deserved a proper burial. Once more, Archet is in your debt. Now, before you leave, there's something I must tell you. A queer man came through Archet while you were away, and I believe he was looking for you.
What can I do for you?
Prologue, an urgent summons. The man who came through the village, he reminded me of Strider in his behavior. Said he was looking for the hero of Archet. I can only assume that he spoke of you. He said the matter was most urgent, and that if I saw you, I was to direct you to the Combe and Wattle Inn, where he will be waiting for you. The Combe and Wattle is in the center of Combe to the south. He seemed most grim to me. I would travel to Combe immediately and speak with the innkeeper, Lisbeth Honeymead. She should know where to find this man. Talk to Lisbeth Honeymead. All right, so I guess we are through. We have finished with Archet here. I'll sit and give a moment's respect to all the dead lying in their coffins, unburied yet. And then we will head on over. Who set off the fireworks? Don't tell, there's rangers wandering these parts. Wonder if we'll ever get to meet any. Ah, someone set off their dragon firework. Builder Earruer has one now.
Would you do something for me?
Working with wood has always been my trade, so I thought to put my hands to the rebuilding of Archet. I had loaded up my tools and set out when suddenly this mad boar came out of nowhere and overturned my cart. It was all my son Borin and I could do to make it here to Archet, and we had to leave the tools in the wreckage of the cart. If you head south to the gate that leads to Combe, you might be able to recover my toolbox. I'd really appreciate it, and the folks of Archet are sure to be better for it as well. The sooner I can get started, the sooner this town will be back to the way it was. Watch out for that boar, though. You might be able to get my toolbox without attracting his attention, but you'll need more luck than I have to arrange it. Alright, we'll see if we can collect your toolbox there, buddy. I swear that ring wasn't there when we came by. I swear they weren't there whenever we came by. Just like whenever we were over with Narwhal, working in the beginning instance over there. Yep, there's Edward Carver's got one over his head.
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
Crafting, strong of arm and sharp of mind. I look at you, Gnomadan, and I see a blank canvas, an uncarved block of wood, an untempered blade, an unread book. Any number of things that have the potential for greatness, but are still waiting for that potential to be realized. I look around at my home and I see wreckage, a memory of the comfort of this town once had. It could have that peace and comfort again, Gnomadan, if those like you will rise to the challenge. Skilled hands must be kept busy if they are to improve in their craft. My brother Roderick stands near the craft hall in Combe, south of Archet. From the Combe town center, take the left path as it climbs up the hill. You'll see my brother part of the way up the hill. Tell him that you wish to learn a crafter's vocation. The towns of Breland can only benefit from the application of your skills. Cool. So it's time to work on crafting now, is it? Very good. Let's go and talk to the innkeeper first. I want to do that. Didn't I just bury you? I did. I buried you a couple episodes ago. It's starting to look like the Walking Dead around here. And living just outside of Atlanta, I know about the Walking Dead. Trust me. Now, let's see if we can find his cart. We'll pick up the toolbox on the way, if we may. And then, if y'all ever notice that, the leaves move, the shadow leaves move when you're not moving, but they freeze in place as you're going along. Notice how they're not moving on the ground no more. And then, moving. Kind of thing I wonder if the 64-bit client might repair there. Now we are looking for a wrecked cart somewhere near the gate to Combe here. And it probably got a, yep, I think I see a cart right up against the tree there. It's not, oh, there we go, a mad bristlehide. I think we can fix that. First, I'm going to let the guards take care of this thing. There we are. That mad bristlehide's an annoying creature. Toolbox. Builder Earur's toolbox. And we've got it. So we will return that to him next time. Let's take a look. Does it say anything else? Or is it the same tooltip? Same one. Let's go on out. I love that. What are we going to do now, Eric? I don't know. I thought you had control of the horse. I did. Well, as much control as I can have over a 60-stone creature. Well, we need to get into Combe before winter. We made it this way. We can't stop at the gate. Yes, yes. Just let me gather up this grain. We'll need it for planting this season. That's what I've talked about before. All the wonderful little vignettes. Especially in the old world. The old world here in the lands of Bree and over there and in the Shire especially. You see a lot of these little vignettes like that occurring. They're just little stories. They really don't have anything to do with anything. They just add kind of a sense of life to the place. Much like whenever you get into Rohan and you finally see actual children playing in the street and running around and doing tag and that sort of thing. Okay, let's go on into the Combe and Wattle. Always seem to have to jump. Ruffians. That's not good. Maybe the Combe and Wattle Inn will be great again someday. I think it's fairly great right now, dear. Prologue and urgent summons.
Hello there.
Oh my, look here, a real live hero. It's not often we get such respectable folk through here. My, how my tongue runs on. Torridan told me to send you upstairs to his room as soon as you arrived. The stairs are across the room there, and Torridan's is the door at the end of the hall. He said you shouldn't delay none. Okay. Assuming this is the way. Up the stairs and to the end of the hall. But you want to bet that's the only door that we'll come across. You know, this place could be great again if you actually had more rooms in it. I mean, from the outside, this place is enormous. And inside, it's apparently a 2-room inn. Torridan. I actually don't remember this.
Greetings.
The hero of Archet, I suppose. I'm pleased to finally meet you. I'm sorry for the cryptic summons, but I dared not betray my whereabouts to just anyone. There's much we need to discuss. Will you hear me?
Stay a moment.
Did we make level 9? We've made level 9. Auto run. Having a hard time running and chatting? Yeah, I know about them a lot. Prologue. Finding Amdir. Thank you for your aid, Gnomadan. My kindred and I were driven from the bounds of the Shire by the Nazgul of Mordor. They pursued us eastward and slew many of us. It was my goal to join Amdir, but I've heard rumor of his fate in Archet. They say he was stabbed with a Morgul knife and led off by some evil men, the ones who lent the Blackwolds aid. There are few left now with power over such wounds, and those that I know of dwell some distance from here. We must find Amdir, and quickly if we are to save him. He is likely being held by the Blackwolds somewhere in the Chetwood. We must find a way to enter their lair and free him. But first we must find them. Speak with Constable Underhill. He may be of help. You can usually find him outside near the Combe and Wattle. Once you've learned of the Blackwolds' lair and believe you can gain entry, return to me. Hurry before it is too late. So we need to talk to Constable Underhill. And that, my friends, is where we are going to leave off. Here in the upper room of the Combe and Wattle, talking to Torridan. Ooh, it's dark in here. So we hope y'all have had a good one. We appreciate y'all coming along. Thank you for coming. What do you see, Gnomadan? Indeed. Thank y'all much for coming along. And we will see y'all next time when we go and try and find Underhill and perhaps go talk to the stable master and go return the toolbox to Builder Earur. So we'll see you then. Thanks for coming along. Hope to see you later on today whenever we take Gnarlo out for a spin. And we'll see you then. Thanks again, and bye-bye.